All right, hey guys, just figured I'd show off everywhere that's going to be part of the MVP for the sake of the audio people, but also for everyone else. I'm only starting off here just so you guys can see that we are chilling at 60 frames per second in standalone, and that's without me doing all of the additional optimization stuff that I need to do in the future. So we're looking really good right now. Um, I also decided starting this to give benefit to the audio guy so that he understands what Arya is going to be wearing for the MVP. As you can see, it's all leather. So with that, you know, I'll go ahead and leave this standalone so that I can better show off the areas. All right. So as one would expect, sorry, recording while doing all of this tends to be take a little bit. There we go. Still got lights that are showing up in here. um, excuse me. So this isn't in the state that it was before with Narrative Pro. For some reason, I had to remove like the doors, a bunch of the meshes and everything, and the lights. I need to fix that so that crash isn't showing up in here. Anyways, when I detached from Narrative Pro, apparently Narrative Pro had wiggled its way into a bunch of stuff that had nothing to do with it. It was causing crashes until I deleted them from the level. So I need to dig into that. But worst case scenario, I just have to recreate the meshes. Not a big deal. Um, so obviously, this will be the area in which Arya starts. We will have a few NPCs as well as a companion that can join Arya in the little bit of the story that we will be sharing with the public for the MVP. Um, Hopefully, we can also have the graveyard in a somewhat reasonable state. It's both of these two sections here. The new graveyard, old graveyard type of scenario. Same with the farm area. If we can get that looking nice, great. If not, it's not a big deal. It's not necessary for the MVP. This location is, and this is why I'm not starting in play and not running through it, is for the simple reason that I no longer have my debug light and I need to reset that up. But I got a lot to do today, so just figured I would quickly show off the general aesthetic of all of the locations that we're doing. So we have, these caves. The player will be able to go through all of it. We'll have swimming eventually. As you can see, it's just a texture right now. And we'll have climbing to climb back out. That way, if you got stuck, you'll be fine. And as you can see, walking in here, we have dirt and stone for walking noises. And right here. Obviously, there's more to the cave, but I just wanted to give you guys a general feel. Next, if we leave the village again, but from this direction, this path will take us to these ruins, which will be part of the whole thing as well. As you can see, it's fairly empty right now. Good man Levi is currently working on improving that. I will be removing this tree because I'm sorry, it doesn't belong in the middle. It wouldn't have grown that like that, not with it being a path. But yep, we got that. And then last but not least, again here from the village, the player goes in this direction. They'll quickly come over here. they'll see these unique rock formations, and they'll discover that they are not rocks. This is where the enemies are at. The player won't be able. We're gonna make it to where the player's not gonna actually be able to go in there. There's gonna be too many enemies, because I don't want them. We only want to have the players to have a limited number of quests to do. So there'll be two enemies that are too powerful at both of the entrances that would kill the player. They can fight them if they wish, but would kill the player. But there will be a mini boss in this area for the player to fight. And yeah, that is everything. So if I zoom out here. So the 4 areas is the village, right there in the center, the ruins, the insectoid camp, and then the the caves. Yes, that covers a fairly decent chunk. If we were to zoom out, it looks like it takes up roughly a quarter of it. But there will be limited things to do. We're just showing off the product to get more. And although it covers a large area, it does not cover the vast majority of the world, as you can see. We do have some more optimization that we have to do. These trees are nanite, but they have too many triangles. We're working on that. That's where we'll get a great deal of optimization. This whole village is not nanite yet. It is optimized into sublevels, but it is not nanite yet. This tree is temporary, so we're not going to waste any time on it. So it will be a optimization. It will be a performance eater for the time being, because it was clearly meant to be in the distance. As you can see, this branch clearly has holes in it. Anyways. So for those that just wanted to know the MVP stuff, that's all you needed. For everyone else, I will show off the general biomes here. Kind of saw a bunch of them, but I'm going to go more clearly into things. So as you can see here, we have our forest biome, or our swamp biome. Let me slow everything down here. So as you can see, things look good. They look real and dense, and very well rounded and ready for us. If we come out, we have a few spotted areas that are stony, rocky type areas. They will mostly be around caves, or in the case of the stone NPCs, the troglodytes, there we go. They live amongst the rocks as well. I'm going to thicken this up a little bit, more than likely. Actually, probably not. We'll probably have the buildings that they live in, because they'll be made out of stone, fill up the empty areas. So yeah, the rocky forest. And then we have ourselves the prairies. They're not really prairies, but the field areas. There we go. Where we have patches of trees everywhere that, help keep things from looking too flat. And then if we get closer to the water sources, you'll see that we have this bog-like situation, a swampy situation here. So we've got mangroves, and these are, I can't remember the technical term, but they're essentially a type of lily pad. And then, yeah, we've got that. Last but not least, the one that you guys have seen a whole bunch on. This is our fairy forest. I shouldn't say fairy forest, fey forest. This is the primary area where we will see many of the fey. I may be thinning out some of the big mushrooms a bit. Well, I shouldn't say big mushrooms. These medium mushrooms, because I can't call them the tiny mushrooms, because we have tiny mushrooms right here. So tiny. We'll call them small. I need to thin out the small mushrooms a bit. But yeah, the only other place we will have Fae is right here, and this will, and this is because the bugbears are predominantly cave dwellers, and the fairy also, the Fae realm also bled into this cave a little bit. Everything else, we will go over after the MVP. I just want you guys to generally see how everything works here and how everything looks. That way we have what we need for the MVP, because obviously they won't be able to get there, but once we have the ladder set up and a player comes up here, they're going to be able to see them. Same goes with if we come up here to the tower, the player comes up to the top of the tower, again, you're going to be able to see the mushrooms. So just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of where everything was at and how everything works. So everyone is they're all going to be quite interested. And for those that think, well, what if they see it at night? Because we do have a day-night cycle. They're visible from night as well because they light up. Yeah. Thanks, you guys, for all that you're doing. Thank you for your hard work. If you have any questions, please let us know. We thrive off of communication, and that's all we expect from you guys. That's the thing we expect most out of everyone, is just communication. I'll talk to you guys later.